What's up, y'all? So it's been a few months, or like a month and a half, I think at least, since I did an update on what I've actually been carrying lately. What is actually ending up in my pockets? I've had a lot of changes in my collection over the last month and a half, gotten some new stuff to try. And here's what I've actually been ending up carrying and using. So, in no particular order, we will start with this Olitans Tie Bomber. So Olitans did provide this knife to me, and it is in M390. Their uncoated M390 did test a little better than their coated M390, as we've seen with a lot of just steels in general lately. And I was pleasantly surprised by this little knife. I think it's a sub 3-inch blade. Comes down to like, let me loosen that up. I think it comes down to something like 13 thousandths behind the edge. Yeah, 13 thousandths behind the edge, M390. It's been a really great little knife to just like slip in your pocket around the house. Um, pretty big knife in a small package with this guy. The clip is really nice, really easily in and out of the pocket. It's far enough away from the lock bar relief ridges that it doesn't cheese grater you up or get caught on anything. And those little subtle milling details on those flats are really nice. And the action on this one, really good for a small flipper and titanium frame lock. It's got those really nice aggressive jimping on the thumb studs that Olitans has been doing. I'm a huge fan of these. I might see if I can just order a bunch of just these thumb studs and put them on any knives that I can change the thumb studs out on. Some of the best that I've tried. I actually was able to take these off, and I tried to get the studs off of my TRM Neutron because I hate the TRM Neutron thumb studs. I would rather not have to use the little O-ring on it to be able to get a grip enough on it. So I was thinking, oh, these would be cool for that, but wasn't able to get those off. I think they're press fit or something that's more than I wanted to mess with that. But anyway, get a full like 3.5 finger grip on this one. Can't quite get a full 4-finger grip. That's kind of like this knife's forte. It's a smaller knife. I can if I really try. The jimping is good to get you locked in, and it's just a great feeling little knife. Real thin and slicey, but it feels robust at the same time. And just the thumb stud action on it is great. You don't fail it for a finger flick or a thumb flick. And even when I'm pushing in on this lock bar, I can put a considerable amount of force on it, and that flipper still opens just fine. Some people don't like frame locks, I've heard, because if you're putting any amount of pressure on that lock bar, that it's going to fail it, but not with everyone, not with this one. And I do like that. I do appreciate that. It was pretty sharp out of the box. I haven't needed to sharpen it, and I've just been kind of just using it around the house. It's been a great little user. I carry it every now and then, but really one that I keep going back to. Keep going back to this one. I swore off flipper frame locks for the reason of depressing it, pressing on it just the wrong way and not being able to use it. But this one might be winning me back. So Olitans Tie Bomber, I think these come in at like $158. Really cool little knife. Really happy with this one. And the M390, this particular one hasn't been tested, but Olitans has had some rough history with their coated M390, but this one seems to be doing all right so far. Next up on the list, we'll go to the Vixino. I believe this is the Rock Shark from Vixino. I think it's their only model right now, and it is in 14C28N steel, and it is a crossbar lock. And another thing that I'd kind of swore off, not on purpose or anything like that, but I, like many of us in the industry lately, have been kind of shying away from the crossbar locks. They've lost their luster a little bit lately, and I've definitely been feeling that myself. I like knives with actual like snappy detents. I first point to one that doesn't have one. But this one has been a great little user knife. It's got black micarta handle scales there, and it's just been mostly an around the house user, or if I just want to throw something in my pocket, if I know I'm going to go somewhere dirty. And this is a pretty budget-ish knife. I think they come in around $60, and I think that's pretty good for what you're getting here, given that the 14C28N has tested consistently above 60. Now that in combination with a Again, 13 thousandths behind the edge thickness. You're going to get some excellent slicing action. I'm glad to see that companies are paying attention to what we want with a nice thin slicey blade for these smaller knives, because this is a pretty similar size to the Olitans. Pretty similar, kind of like mid-sized blade there. It's small to me. It's not quite a compact, but it's definitely not a full size either. Probably if you got smaller hands, it could be a full size for you. No offense to anybody who does. Inset on the pocket clip. So we've got the tab filler there, but we see there it is inset, so we don't have anything riding out of that pocket clip there. So we got a fully smooth in and out of the pocket. Really nice, simple pocket clip there. And for crossbar lock, I'll say the action is pretty nice. They left some texturing on the tang of the blade that interfaces with that that crossbar lock, so you get this little zip sound. Like if you roll it, if you do it slow, it almost feels gritty, but when you flick it fast, you get that neat little zip. I don't know if they did that on purpose. I'm sure if they polished it out, you wouldn't get that sound anymore. And it doesn't really affect the action. You know, it adds almost a little bit of resistance for the deployment, but it's been a really great little user knife. I've been very happy with it. It's pretty lightweight, just to kind of throw it in the pocket and forget it, not have to worry about what you're going to use it for. Moving along, so we will go to the Spyderco. We have the Bodacious in S90V, one of my few fully unmodded Spydercos. And every time I see some scales pop up for sale, I get so tempted. They have that Bodacious that's got a little bit of the finger relief there, a little bit of relief there to guide the finger into the thumb hole. And it kind of breaks up these just even, flat, kind of, I want to say monotone, but not a tone. It's just, you know, they're lacking detail. There's a little bit of chamfering around the edge there, but there's no contouring. Contouring is the word that I was looking for. They are just straight slabs. And I guess that's kind of the Bodacious's thing. But this is the Sprint Run in S90V with the carbon fiber handle scales. And that's kind of why I haven't wanted to do any modifications on it, because I'm not really a huge fan of just like straight normal carbon fiber. But the texturing on this one is like an improved G10. Like it's not too aggressive. It keeps it nice and lightweight. And we've got the S90V blade here. And this thing is just such a beast of a knife here. Like this is one I really want to try to put to the test a little more. I haven't really been heavily using it. I haven't sharpened it yet. It's still got the factory edge. I did go, oh look, we got a little bit of, I don't know if it's that's picking up right there. Oh, you see the scratch? You see the scratch? Oh no, it's worthless now. Is that picking up? So I was using it to kind of like hack through some like kind of like maybe half an inch to an inch like hardwood dead tree limbs, just to kind of see, because you know on the charts the S90V is less tough, but we're kind of I am rethinking what that definition of toughness really means and how that actually applies to using knives in their intended purpose. And I know hacking at wood may or may not be the intended purpose for a pocket knife, but I'm not really prying with it. And the impact, you know, it's not against steel. It's against something that it is biting into, and it is something that is much softer than the steel. And it held up really well. I mean, there was zero deformation to the edge there. It is still just as sharp as it was, but it's been a great little carry. It's not too heavy for as big and bulky as it is. I mean, it's not even bulky. It's very slim. You're getting a whole lot of knife in this slim package here. And it's just some of the best crossbar action out of the US that I have found. It is nice and snappy, and there is not even a whisper of lock stick in this. I mean, that's always good to see with a compression lock, not any lock stick. It's been more often than not lately, even with like the newer models. I'm getting some not bad lock stick, but there's definitely a hefty click going on in there. So moving along to the Oesser F22 Kickstop. I actually picked this up from my buddy Ray at We Buy Knife Collections. And this is one I wanted to add to my collection. So I worked something out and got this one from him. And this one was just speaking to me. I don't know what it was. I haven't been really doing a lot of flippers lately, like with the exception of the Olitans, and I guess if you can count the Talon, but like I kind of went away from flippers, and they're coming back. And this one came back to me in such an interesting way. I never had the pleasure of handling a Kickstop before, so we can see that this kind of is free floating there when we put the blade in an in between position, and as the blade comes back, it stops there. It doesn't keep on going. And we got a solid lockup, 100% solid lockup. I mean 100%. Zero play in this bad boy. M390 blade, that really cool kind of like harpoon, almost a harpoon grind on it, and it's thin. It's not tall. It's slim. It's not super thin. I think this one's like I want to say 18 thousandths behind the edge. Not the best, but not the worst. 18.5 in that spot. So it's not the slimmest slicer, but you're going to get that with these shorter blades like this. And this is just, I mean, what a better gentleman's knife. It's full titanium construction, all in the handle. So the liner, the lock, the clip, that's all titanium. And I love the action on this thing. And I love that Kickstop flipper. It's just been such a great carry, such nice action, slips in and out of the pocket really easy. This one just really spoke to me. The John Oesser F22 Kickstop. I believe these are Riot OEM. And last and certainly not least, the very least of the least of these, we are looking at the Hawk Talon. This knife you may have seen a little bit so far. I've talked about it a little bit on the channel, and this one I'll carry every opportunity that I get to, but it's one of those ones I got to let it break in. I got to get used to carrying this thing a little bit. I would be lying if I didn't say I was a little like, oh, is that what I want to carry to this? Do I want to bring this here? Do I want to bring the $1,000 knife along with me this time? But man, if this thing just isn't like the perfect EDC knife, I mean, I don't have a single bad thing to say about this knife. Well, I guess if I did have to have one bad thing, there's a little too much real estate on the butt of the knife that sticks out of the pocket. It's not deep enough carry, but functionally, I mean, this clip, it ain't going anywhere. Like that clip is holding on, and you don't have to fiddle with getting it out of the pocket. It's like, God, I wish I could have more knives with this style clip on it, because yeah, it's easy to get out, but the way that you just drop it in and it's in there, like the ease of use with this has been just such a game changer for me. The action on this bad boy is just something else. I mean, you can get a finger down here and get a good flick out on it. The flipping action on it is just superb. And another thing I've come to really appreciate it is the consistent close, like the lack of bounce back, like the just locked in. I'm still holding down on the lock bar, by the way. I have the lock depressed, and it's now let off. I mean, it's not going anywhere. The action is consistent. It's superb. It's addictive. We've got this nice hollow grind, M390. It's got the dark wash, acid wash, and stone wash finish, which is my absolute favorite. And look at how beautiful the carbon fiber is on these scales. This, I believe, is the Mars Dunes version of this one. The ergonomics are just perfect. Perfect on this. It's got the down swept blade. It's oriented down from the handle, which is one of my favorites, kind of like the Drunken and the Capara. You see, what is it? The Overland from TJ Schwartz. Like, I love this style with the down swept blade oriented down from the handle. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's one of the best for everything that you need to do with a knife. And I think this one, since we got it out, since we've been looking, I want to say this one's around 18 thousandths, 16 thousandths behind the edge. That is pretty good. I mean, that is one of the better, it's not too thick, not too thin. Don't really have to worry about chipping or anything with that M390. And yeah, just that full dark wash. This is a knife that needs to be appreciated. And so whenever I have an opportunity to carry this one, it's ending up in my pocket. Hell, I find myself carrying this one around my house, and I'll keep this one close in case I actually need to use something. But I need to break it in. I need to break the seal and actually use this on something other than a box of Dino Nuggets. But there you have it. For the last month and a half, last time I did an update, I did my top 3 carries. I've been getting some different stuff in, so I've been trying to really like round out what I've been carrying. So I've been carrying more different stuff. I've been making a point to. So there's other stuff that ends up in my rotation, but these tend to be the ones that I've been gravitating back to for actual use. But that's what I got for today. Thank you for watching.